Welcome to the AFR Saints channel, where we provide you daily content on your favorite team, the New Orleans Saints. Do us a favor and hit that subscribe button. Be sure to leave your comments below and smash that like button. Who dat? Glad to have you aboard with us here. Saints are back on the practice field today. The Saints had OTAs, and after which Dennis Allen, head coach Dennis Allen, something we're going to have to keep getting used to saying. I guess it rolls off the tongue a little bit, but Dennis Allen met with the media afterwards. One of the things that he did make clear is that he does expect that the entire roster, even though, look, OTAs are not mandatory. They're organized team activities, but they are voluntary. So that's why, look, last year the Saints didn't do them. Like, during COVID, they didn't have them, and last year they didn't do them. Sean Payton just said, look, work out on your own, no biggie. Be ready to roll for our regular mandatory camp. So they're reinstituting the OTAs now, and it's a good opportunity to see some of these guys back out on the practice field. For some of them, it's time to see the first time on the practice field. Of course, Jarvis Landry is one of them who is out there working with the Saints receivers and the quarterbacks right now during OTAs, during this voluntary part. But I think it's important for a guy like Jarvis. The linemen probably don't get a ton of value really out of OTAs, except for the young guys maybe having the opportunity to be out there for the first time, but and sort of learn how everything goes. But really, it's the timing for the skill guys that matter right now. So for Jarvis, that's really significant. We did talk a bit yesterday about Michael Thomas and how there was that video of him running full speed. This is the first time we've heard Dennis Allen talk about Michael Thomas, and here he was asked if he was satisfied with how the progress and the rehab's going right now for Michael Thomas.
Yeah, I'm good with Mike Thomas's. I would much rather him be 100% healthy and out here and all those kinds of things, but that's not where we're at right now. He is busting his tail to get himself ready to go, and I feel like he's making significant progress. I think mentally he's in a great place. Again, we're just going to let that process play out and get him healthy. And look, we have a long time to go before we play a game, and so. Again, I'll get back to that huge jump thing. I'm not looking for a huge jump. I just want to see him keep getting a little bit better every day.
That's a great way to put it. I mean, you don't have to have Michael Thomas ready to roll 100% until the second Sunday in September. It's the beginning of June. You got 3 months. You have 3 months to get him ready to roll. But he did talk about that sort of mental space and that they're all satisfied with where he is.
That'd be unfair for me to really characterize because I don't know that I had that type of relationship with him prior to this. I had my own issues that I was concerning myself with the last few years. So I just like his mentality. I like the way he's attacking his rehab. I like the way that his mind is in terms of coming back and performing at a high level.
And one more about Thomas's future.
Expect him to participate next week in minicamp?
I think that'd be doubtful.
Okay, so remember, next week is a mandatory minicamp. Dennis Allen said they don't expect him to be participating. It's fine. Like, the last thing in the world you need is any type of setback for Michael Thomas right now. Let him be on his own recovery schedule. I think everybody understands that. Don't we all? Like, when Mike D was with us all those years, he'd always say, he'd always talk about veteran days off. The guys would go out there and then they tweak a hammy or turn an ankle, air quotes, right? It was just a veteran day off, man. Practice is for the unskilled, right? You don't need practice if you're Michael Thomas. You need to be healthy for September. So get there, get ready to go. I did mention, though, the young guys and why that's interesting, even though on the line, maybe you don't get a tremendous amount out of OTAs because you're just out there in helmets. But for the guys who are tasting this for the first time, yes, to put on the uniform for the first time, to go to a practice for the first time, to hear the cadence for the first time, to hear what the coach's expectations and what it's like, all of that, it's not that dissimilar from spring football for early enrollees in college, although you do have padded practices. But really, more than anything, it's to get you up to speed so when you show up for fall camp in August, brother, you are rolling. So that's obviously notable here because the Saints have a first-round draft pick in Trevor Penning, who is an offensive lineman, and these were Dennis Allen's thoughts so far on the number one picks through these OTAs.
Number one, he's out here working extremely hard. I see a really big man that's got some really good athletic qualities. I see a rookie, like I do with all these rookies. There's a lot of things that they have to improve on, from a mental standpoint, from a fundamental or technique standpoint. But look, he's out here every day, grinding away, and I see a little bit of improvement every day.
So offensive side, also notably on defense, you're replacing both safeties, right? Marcus May, who was injured, had the Achilles injury that he's rehabbing right now. And obviously we've seen Tyrann Mathieu already out there at OTAs. But Dennis Allen did give an update, speaking of injuries, on Marcus May, updating his rehab from that torn Achilles.
He's progressing.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, every day he's getting just a little bit better. I guess that's, with anybody that's going through rehab, I think all of our guys are continuing to get a little bit better. I don't know when that magical date is that everybody's 100% healthy, but they're all making progress.
It's worth reminding you that Marcus May had that Achilles injury on Thursday Night Football in early November. Okay, so you're going to be talking about from Marcus May's injury early November to the start of the season, you're talking 10 months. I'll remind you, Tre'Quan Alexander had the Achilles injury on Christmas Day, and he was ready to roll for the opener last year. So that's essentially 6 weeks, 5 weeks additional recovery time for May, as opposed to what Tre'Quan Alexander had a year ago, and Quan made it back. So I think it's reasonable to think that you're going to have Marcus May. And if we're being honest, y'all, the Saints probably don't give Marcus May that contract if they weren't completely satisfied with the medical and where he is coming off that injury. So that's mostly what these OTAs are for. It's timing for the quarterbacks and receivers. It's just getting guys out there with doing football-like activities, especially with the new coaching staff, new voice, new everything, new sound, all there. It's important for that. So when they hit training camp come late July, they're ready to roll. So all things look like they're on the up and up. Pretty status quo right now for the Saints in what has been an offseason of upheaval and change. Right now, things seem to be steadied for New Orleans. Thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact. And be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.